Contagious, a new slug cat living in the period of beginning frosts. He got separated from his pack during one of the storms and now survives alone. But he still hopes to find his relatives. Has light colors and fur that does not cover the entire body. This slug cat's timeline is between Rivulet and Saint. Everything is covered with snow, but the freezing frosts have not yet begun. In his parameters, the Contagious is similar to ordinary slug cats, the only thing is that he is a little heavier and faster. As is clear from the name, this slug cat is infected with something. A strange-looking mucus constantly oozes from his mouth. And the fewer food points, the more abundant the mucus secretion. This leads to the basic mechanics of the character. When a hostile or neutral creature is bitten, an infection begins to spread throughout their body. After the infection is completed, the creatures begin to perceive you as the leader. They follow you, to the best of their ability, and attack any hostile creatures near you. Even if they greatly exceed the strength of the infected. Unfortunately, they can also eat your food. Also, infected creatures die after 2 hibernations or if you bite them. Successful infection of a creature occurs subject to certain rules. First, creature must be alive when bitten. Second, bite deals damage and shouldn't kill the enemy. Third, you need to stay at a short distance from the bitten creature for some time. During this period the creature will remain aggressive towards you. Infected is an omnivorous slug cat. However, food such as blue fruit, bubble fruit, batfly, will only restore a quarter of the food point. Food obtained by hunting gives different amounts of points, depending on the difficulty of killing the enemy. Unfortunately, there is a downside to the disease. In addition to copious secretion of mucus, the slug cat experiences constant hunger. Even without hibernation, food points will decrease by a quarter in a certain period of time. When one food point is reached, the Contagious goes into a state of rage and will attempt to bite the creatures closest to him, contrary to your control. And it doesn't matter whether the Contagious can kill or eat these creatures. Such impulses are short-lived, but if they occur at inopportune moments, they can lead to failure of survival in the current cycle. Also, when you reach 0 food points, you die from exhaustion. So watch your hunger closely. In connection with this, hibernation and karma system has been changed. To hibernate, 4 required food points must be filled, and 1 additional point is available. Although filling an additional point is not necessary for successful hibernation, it provides a nice bonus. When an extra point is empty, you wake up with 1 filled food point and a 70% chance that this will happen before the rain ends. As in the case of a broken shelter. Sleeping with a filled additional point does not wake you up until the rain stops, unless the shelter breaks down. 1 point food stay filled after wake up. Contagious karma system is different from normal slug cats. You start with 5 karma levels available. After death, the maximum available karma level is reduced, and can drop down to 1. When dying with eaten a karma flower, the available karma does not change. To regain access to higher levels, you must successfully complete the cycle with the eaten karma flower. To ensure this function, karma flowers spawn more often in the world. During wakefulness, the karma indicator consists of two parameters, the maximum level available to you and the fullness of food points. The more food points you have filled, the higher the available karma level will be displayed. Hunger prevents adequate thinking. To overcome a gate with level 5th karma you must have unblocked 5th karma and a filled food points. If reaching the gate took you a lot of time and the food scale has already become empty, then infected creatures will help you. After all, they are still a source of food, and will not resist. In this company there is no opportunity to meet 5 pebbles, since all the passages in his room are overgrown with rot. But the structure has not yet completely collapsed. To increase your karma level you will need to visit echoes. Along with this, food scale will also change. Upon reaching the 10th karma, the Contagious will have 3 additional points. Filling it will significantly increase the time before starvation after hibernation. This will make walkthrough easier. Contagious begins his journey in a new location, frozen debris. They are pieces of the eastern part of the 5 pebbles construction. There are many small rooms, tunnels and flooded areas. In this area you can meet already familiar enemies like daddy long legs, lizards, and scavengers. But also a new ones. Gray lizard, aquatic species of lizard that lives in the waters of the new region and sometimes found on shoreline. Very agile in water and attacks with jerks from the depths, but completely powerless on land. Crimson lizard, multi-legged long lizard with its movements similar to a centipede, moves quickly along walls and poles, but cannot crawl across backgrounds. Fake tunnel, an ambush predator, a beetle that burrows into the floor and walls, imitating tunnels with its color. Its main target is small animals running away from other predators in panic. It can be distinguished from a real tunnels due to the periodic movement of the legs. You can kill them by throwing a spear. Having reached the western part of the location, you discover a transition to the destroyed support. This is an elongated vertical location. Before the partial collapse, this pillar supported the eastern part of the building. Having overcome it, you find yourself in a shaded citadel. Since the timeline of the Contagious follows rivulet, during the period of the onset of frost, all locations will be snowy. During the period between storms, the temperature is comfortable enough not to freeze without additional heat. The temperature drops sharply and freezing rain begins, so it is better to find shelter. Continuing your journey, you can crawl into 5 pebbles construction, where you will find organic wires sticking out of the wall. By biting them you receive an electric shock, death, loss of 2 levels of karma, and a communication mark. You can also visit Looks to the Moon. She will prefer to stay away from you, but will not refuse to talk. Advises you to no longer drink from questionable water sources, and will also praise you for still maintaining awareness despite the infection. You can end your journey in one of 2 ways. The first ending is ascension using Void Sea. For the second ending, 10th karma is also necessary, as this proves your ability to control yourself, and a reason to show trust in Contagious. After this you should go to the farm arrays.